Okay everyone, welcome back to the step-by-step guide or tutorial on Microsoft Access. Now we're back in Datasheet View. Now you probably are thinking, oh, this is very much like Microsoft Excel, and you would be correct. You know, it's very similar to Microsoft Excel with regards to the Datasheet View. So now we're going to be adding some dummy data into here. Now, at the moment, we obviously got a student number highlighted with obviously new in brackets. Now, if we just click Tab, it'll take us over to the first name field column. So I'm just going to add some dummy data here. So let's add, for example, my name. And then if we go Tab again, my caps lock is on. And then address. So this one, you probably want to put the name or the number that specific person lives at. So I'm just going to put 2 and street name, town. You might want to put a town in here because we're going to be using this as an example later on. So I might put Ashley Heath and then maybe Ringwood. And then postcode. Now you can either get an example postcode up on Google, or you can just use your own postcode or make a postcode up. I'm just going to make a postcode up for this example. And press Tab again to go over to the date of birth tab. Now you can either input the data itself, so you can do that by typing in the short version of the date of birth. Okay, something that's very similar to that one. Or you can see here that we've got what looks like a calendar icon. So what you can do here is you can then go back and look for a chosen date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this person, say that they were born at the beginning of this year. So they're technically only 10 months old, but this is only for an example. Then if you click Tab again, it drops you down to the next column. Sorry, the next row even, and obviously then we can add in the next person in our database. Did you also see that as I started typing in my first set of information in my field called first name, which is obviously me, it automatically gave it a student number. As we know, auto number gives every new record a unique identifier. So let's go ahead and create someone else. So let's call this person Adam. Let's call this person Adam Smith. He lives, say, at number 1 road. He, say, lives in Poole, Bournemouth. And let's do maybe BH14 to BB. And let's give Adam a date of birth. So we could go maybe the 4th of the 5th, 1985. Then click Tab again. And what you want to do is you want to add probably a couple examples of names. So if we go ahead and just add some names now, just for an example. So we've got Emily here. We've got Emily Jones. She now lives at number 3 Avenue. Obviously, I'm going to put AV for Avenue for short, as it's going to be interesting to see how that reacts when we go to search that data in a second. She lives in Bournemouth, and city obviously again will be Bournemouth again, and then her postcode can be BH1 1CC, and her date of birth can then be maybe the 10th of the 7th 1997. Alright, let's continue again and add an additional person. So let's go for Kathy. Let's think of an appropriate surname. Call her Kathy Health. Kathy Heath, I think sounds better. Then she lives at number 4. I'm just putting these in random numbers. She also lives on street name. She can also live in Poole, Bournemouth, and then BH14 to BB. So it's very close to Adam Smith. Let's give her an appropriate date of birth now. 2003. And then last but not least, we're just going to add somebody else. So maybe Jacob Richards. He's going to live at 2 Road. He's going to also live in Ashley Heath, Ringwood. And we're going to give him an appropriate address. And then obviously we can give him an appropriate date of birth. Perfect. So we've got our dummy data there, and we're going to leave that dummy data there for a second. In the next tutorial, we're going to be looking at creating a form using the create function and then the form and to input this data more appropriately. Join us in the next tutorial.